guys? Coach Joshua here again. So for this week I want to talk about something I hear said a lot, and it's just a big excuse for most people. Overtraining. Overtraining, I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, because it does under the right circumstances, but for the majority of people, overtraining is not attainable. The average person who says they're worried about overtraining, most of the time anyway, they are people who are just kind of casual gym. They don't even usually go as much as I do. They're just casual gym goers, and maybe they feel sore, and for some reason people seem to think that soreness doesn't really go along with bodybuilding, or at least not as much as they think. Personally, I do not mind it. I expect it. I embrace it. It's part of it. I take it in. If soreness and eating the right kinds of food and how much you have to eat and all that stuff is that difficult for you, maybe bodybuilding is not for you. But anyway, the ones that are worried about it are the ones that are going like maybe every other day, 3, maybe 4 times a week, at most. And because they're sore, maybe they're just feeling lazy that day, maybe they don't have the motivation to go, they call on overtraining, and they take an extra rest day, do something like that, and it's just an excuse. Your body is amazing. Now, what makes them think? I mean, I'm not going to talk about like the lack of motivation, all the other stuff. I could go on for that for a long time. But there's 2 main things that people call upon to use as overtraining, and usually it's either your workout plan or your diet plan. When you're doing a workout plan that is not suited for you, say maybe you're just starting and it's too much right away, or it's just it's the exercises themselves are not programmed the right way. I mean, there's 100 different things that could be wrong with it. But if it's not right, it can cause excessive soreness. If you're new and you're doing something like more seasoned gym goer is doing, your body's not going to be able to handle it. You may be that person who can do that workout may be sore for a day where you'll be sore for a week, or 4 or 5 days, whatever. And because of that, they think, oh, I'm risking overtraining, I better calm down. That is bad programming. Also, like, say it's not so much the volume of work you're doing. It could be the program itself, how the exercises are lined up, what you're doing before, this, after, and all that, and it's just not, it's not cohesive with everything. So that can cause more problems. 2, besides the workout plan, it's generally the diet plan. When your nutrition's out of whack, either it's kind of vague on what's worse, but the 2 main ones are either you're eating a bunch of crap or you're not eating enough, and they're both really bad in their own way. When you're eating enough calories, at least you're getting in enough calories, but when it's a bunch of crap, greasy fast food and all that stuff day after day, it's going to take its toll. Maybe you can do it for like a week or something, but eventually it's going to take its toll, and it's going to just go day, then the next day it's going to be a little worse, and the next day it's going to be a little worse, and the next day it's going to be a little worse, and it's just going to keep going on that way over and over and over. And because of how you feel each day, a little less endurance, a little more lethargic throughout the day, don't have the motivation, they blame overtraining for that, thinking it's the gym and the work they're putting in there, and it's not. It's that you're not replenishing everything your body needs from the work you're putting in. 2, which it's also a big deal, is when you're not eating enough. Some people are so afraid to gain any fat that they never gain any muscle either, because they're eating like 1,000 calories a day when I might make a program for them and it calls for 2,400 a day based on their goals or something. They want to stay nice and lean. They wonder why they're not getting big. They wonder why they're getting injured more and why they're tired. It's because you're not even giving your body enough calories to recuperate and rebuild all the breaking down of the muscle tissues that you're doing in the gym. That they will contribute to overtraining also. This is also not true. It's that your diet and your program in the gym, possibly both, which a lot of cases that comes along too, is the culprit. You can train every single day. You can train the same body part day after day. Now, Am I saying you should? No, you do not have to do that. Can you correctly? Yes, with a good program written out, good nutrition plan, adequate rest. I mean, rest is a very big deal. That's also a part of it. You can train consistently and consistently keep making gains, and that's what it's all about without getting injured. You get injured, you might be out for a week, you might be out for months. And so, I mean, if you guys saw my video of my foot, I couldn't squat right for like 6 weeks. I could still barely squat. I just started squatting again 2 weeks ago. But yeah, there's a lot of factors. Now, that being said, is overtraining possible? Yes. But for the majority of the people that call upon it, it is not. You have to do something like 2 workouts a day, like 2 weightlifting sessions, then maybe a HIIT workout, which can be as taxing as a weightlifting session, because that's also stuff I do. Or like cardio, maybe training for a marathon or something, along with having an active job. Maybe you're like a football player or something. You have practice already. Someone like that who does that day after day after day can actually hit overtraining. But think of how active that is. That is, hours and hours of weightlifting. That is possible, hours and hours also of cardio. And then you have 8 hours of an active job. Most people are not that active. I'm not that active. I do a lot, but I'm not exercising for 7 hours a day with a job and everything else too. That's super active. It's those people are actually the ones that don't bring up overtraining, and those are the ones, elite, superior athletes that have active jobs and maybe they're training for a marathon and then they're trying to maintain muscle mass or whatever their goals may be. Maybe they're prepping for a show or something. But those are the people that it might come in. And even then, you can do a lot. You can push your body far with proper programming of everything else. So before you call upon overtraining, just take a look at everything else. Are you just using an excuse? The chances are you probably are. Don't just use an excuse and let it kill your motivation and your drive to reach your goals. It's that all it is an excuse for the majority. Take a look at your gym program, your workout routine, everything. Take a look at the diet, nutrition plan, get enough rest, and you will be good to go. Overtraining should not be a concern for pretty much everybody. So that's it. It's just I want to talk a little bit about overtraining and how for most people it's just an excuse. Don't let it be an excuse. Don't let it stop you. You can push your body where you want it to go, and with enough time, you will reach your goals, surpass them, and keep going. So that's it. Please follow the link down below to the blog. I wrote all this out, maybe a little more detail in there. I didn't want to make this crazy long, even though it's already longer than I thought it'd be. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I do at least 2 videos a week. Until next time, keep on lifting.